friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you what I use to teach my children world geography here in the Lake House Homeschool. If you're new to my channel, welcome. It is so great to have you here. I live on the west coast of Australia and this is just my second year homeschooling my children. I am previously, in my other life, before being a mum, I was a primary school teacher. And I have 4 children, 3 of whom I'm homeschooling. My son, who is in grade 6, my daughter is in grade 2, and my other son is in pre-primary, and then I have a cutie little 3-year-old who's not quite ready for school just yet. We love learning about geography here in the Lake House Homeschool, and it's actually one of our very favourite subjects to study. My kids love it and I really love it too. We really do love learning about the world around us. And so I will just show you some of the resources that I use to teach my children world geography. I do have a video up there, the resources that I use to teach Australian geography, and I will pop a card up the top there and a link in the description box down below so that you can go and have a look at that video for Australian geography. And today's video is all about geography skills and the geography of the world. This year, we have started using these Evan Moore Skill Sharpeners on Geography workbooks, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Last year, we didn't use anything like workbooks at all, and this year I thought that I would give it a go in geography. And so I have one, which is for my son, who is in grade 6. And then I have another one for my daughter who's in grade 2, and I do not use a workbook like this for my pre-primary kiddo. He is just not ready yet, but definitely for my 2nd grader and my 6th grader, they are ready. And so I will give you a closer look inside. Let's start with the grade 2 book. Now, this is just skills book. And it goes through, as it says on the front, map skills and places and environments, and has little project and activities. And so we kind of use this as like the spine. Let me just move this over. The spine for our geography lessons. I will leave a link down below for where I purchased this book from. I believe I got it from bookdepository.com. And it is perforated, which means you can take these pages out. So if you wanted to, you could take the pages out and photocopy them if you had multiple children, or you could take them out and put them into a binder once you had completed them. I have chosen to just buy one book for my children, and don't want to copy anything. That's why I purchased a book, and we're quite happy just to write in the book. Okay, so here's a look at the contents page. It goes through what is a map, what is a globe, map grids, road maps. We go into the world map. We've got land and water maps, suburbs, estate map, weather map, ocean habitat, population, products. This is American. I am Australian, so which is a bit of a shame, but that's okay. Going into environment, and the use of geography as well. Also has an answer key, which is excellent. Okay, so let's pop straight into this book. It does just have this how to use this book section, but I will just show you. Okay, as I said, these pages are perforated, so you could take them out if you wanted to. But basically, I just sit with my daughter and I will read this with her and point different things out, learning about what a compass rose is. And then we have simple activities that we complete together, and we are just writing straight in our book, but this is where you could photocopy this. So if you are teaching multiple children, or you want to use this book again if you've got another younger sibling coming up behind the child that you are teaching. And then just another little activity there. Super simple. We probably only take 15 to 20 minutes to teach geography here in our house. And we start here with our workbooks. So let me just give you a flip through of the pages. This is great. They have lots of hands-on activities in these books where you're getting out your scissors and your glue and you are making different things. It's not just writing answers in a closed activity. They have included as well hands-on activities that you can do with your children, which is great. This is a great one. Make a world map, cutting these out and gluing them onto a page that they have provided as well. So my daughter, when we eventually get there, she's going to love that. So it's great. I really like that they have the combination of, you know, answering questions, but then also so fun hands-on activities, especially for my daughter who just loves to do things like that. Another reason I wanted to purchase a workbook as well is I just wanted to not have to think about it. I wanted a grab and go thing to use this year. My workload for my job has increased a little bit, and so I did want to just make life a little bit easier, especially now that I'm homeschooling 3 children instead of just 2. And so this is really great. We're enjoying these little workbooks and these activities, and I can really recommend them. And then the all-important answer key is located at the back of the book, which is fabulous. Sometimes mamas do need a little bit of help, and I just like how it's set out with the pages so you can easily find the page that you are looking for. And they do come out if you wanted to take the answers out and put them in your own teacher binder. I just kept mine in the back of the book. My daughter doesn't think to look at the answers, and we're working on it together anyway, so there you go. That's a look inside grade 2. And here is the Skill Sharpeners Geography book for grade 6. My son is in grade 6, and here is a look at the contents page. A lot more work in this one as they are older. So we're going, you know what? I won't read it. You can pause and have a look at the contents page for yourself. It does cover the world in spatial terms. We've got places and regions, physical systems and human systems, and also environment and society and the uses of geography. Again, it's set out the same. We have pieces to read with great pictures for examples, and then we have some questions to answer as well. So super easy for a grab and go kind of thing. Also still has hands-on activities for the older children as well. My son, who's in grade 6, you know, you do have to force him to do the hands-on stuff. He just let me just read and write and be done with it. But it's still fun to make him do those things, and he does oblige and join us when we're doing those things. Again, this book is perforated like the other book that I showed you, so you can choose to use it as your master copy and photocopy any of the activities if you have multiple children, or you're saving it for another kiddo who is coming up behind your current child. But we are not doing that. We're quite happy just to write in these books and keep them for our moderator to see. Lots and lots of great activities for us. We will use this book. It will probably take us a whole year to complete these geography books. So I will leave a link down below for you so you can go and have a look at these books for yourself. I think I just purchased mine from bookdepository.com. I really like bookdepository.com because it's free shipping anywhere in the world and it's pretty fast service. Now, when we do geography, I do start with our Skill Sharpeners book, and my son is fairly independent, so I will work with my daughter who's in grade 2. We'll walk through the book together, and Will's sitting at the table working through his own book and answering his own questions, and he will ask for any help, and I'm right there to help him, but he's getting a lot more independent, which is great. And so we will start with doing probably maybe even a couple of lessons, because the activities in there, the lessons are quite short, so we actually might do 2 at a time from these Skill Sharpener books. And then if anything has sparked our interest, we will go and find some YouTube videos about those kind of things. We love doing that, or even documentaries if they have them on Netflix. And then I also have these books that we use as well. I have this book that my son is reading. This is a Junior Genius Guide Map and Geography by Ken Jennings. This is a new book out, and my son really likes this book. So he will do a couple of lessons in here, and then he'll go sit in the reading chair and he will just start reading his way through this book. He can see where he's nearly done actually. And so this is just, let me show you. It's, as I said, it's fairly new out. I had to wait for it to be released. I found it before it was released. And my son loves these kind of books. There is the contents page for you. And it just goes through geography, the Earth from space, all those kind of things, and just told in a super fun way. And it's easy for him to read. I don't use this as a read aloud. This is just for him to read himself. And so what he does is he will read a chapter, and then he will come to me and he will basically do like a recitation. He will tell me all of the things that he learnt in the book, in those pages that he read that day. And then I tend to just leave it there. I don't make him write anything from the book. This is you know, to be joyful, that learning is fun. And then if he finds something that is really interest him, he might go again and find some YouTube videos on what he was looking at or look up on the internet. And so this is just a super, super fun book for him to read, and he's really enjoying that one. Now for my daughter who's in grade 2, we are reading these books together. And so she will do pages with me in that Skill Sharpeners Geography book, and then we are reading this book. So far we are starting with this book first, and then towards the end of the year we will read this one. So let me show you. This is an Usborne book, again another one that's new out. We really love Usborne books here and in the Lake House Homeschool, and we do have quite a lot for our children. And I picked this one up from, this was just from my local Kmart is where I saw this one. And it's the Usborne book of Planet Earth. It's a hard cover book, which is great. And again, just beautifully illustrated. That's what we love about Usborne books. So this is for world geography. It's just looking at interesting things around the world, starting off with space, of course. And then it goes through different countries and looks at some of the interesting things in those countries. So this first one is South America. And then it goes into, so we've got here Enchanted Islands, Lake at the Top of the Worlds, Welcome to the Jungle, and then into North America. So we haven't made it into North America yet. We are still here. So let me just show you how I use it. So we sat down and just started reading through the book a couple of pages at a time, depending on how much time and her interest level. Just looking at the map, looking at, for her, looking at how this map is created. So they have a key here. So we learn all about what a key is, and we looked at these different things on the map and talked about that. Then we got to here. This is actually about the Galapagos Islands, and this really interested my daughter, so we just read this page together, looked at the beautiful pictures, and then we actually went on to YouTube to find some videos. Now, we love to watch the Bucket List family. They are a family who travels the world and does videos, and they had visited the Galapagos Islands, and so we went and found and watched the videos of when that family was in the Galapagos Islands, and we loved it. And so that is what we do for geography. We do some skills activity, and then we just start reading about different places around the world, and we love it. And then we will go and find more information. We love watching little education videos on YouTube, and there are so many of them. When we got here to the Amazon rainforest, of course, then we went and found out more about that. And then we did a little activity of the different layers of the rainforest for her little workbook. And so that wasn't something I had planned to do. It was based out of her interests. We'd come to something that we found interesting, and so we did a little bit more work on that. And so we're only a few pages into this book, because we do just read a page and then we stop and we talk about it. We'll find out a little bit more information about it, and then we may do a little hands-on activity. And so that's how we do geography here in the Lake House Homeschool. As I said, we love geography, and so we take our time with it. I don't do unit studies. Sometimes it does feel like we're flicking here and flicking there, but we're okay with that. We just go with what is interesting us at the time. And so when it comes to Africa, I know that the Bucket List family have done lots of safaris in Africa, so we'll go and watch those videos. It's just, we have so much fun together when we are doing geography. So this is a really, really great book. Love, love, love that one. So that's the Usborne book of Planet Earth. And then I also got this one from Kmart as well. This is a new series out. And I do have a flip through, and I'll throw a card up the top there for you. I have a flip through of these series of books. I got a whole bunch of them from Kmart. And so when we're done with that other Usborne book, we will dive into this one. Again, just finding out all about Planet Earth. So here's a look at the contents page. And two other books that I highly recommend for geography when you're doing homeschool, or even just if you're not with your children, are these two books here. And I do have some flip throughs coming up of these books as well. And so we use Children Just Like Me. This is another DK book, and we use this Maps book. And we use these two books all the time for geography and history here in the Lake House Homeschool. These are two of my all-time favorite books that we use, and so I do highly recommend these books when you're teaching geography as well. The Children Just Like Me book is learning about children from all over the world. It goes through what their names are, obviously what their family structure is, where they live, what their house looks like. It'll talk about food that they like to eat, any customs that they do, and any kind of extracurricular activities that they like to do. And so my kids love learning about children around the world and how they are different to them, and this is really, really great. And then this maps book is well loved in the homeschool community, and it's absolutely beautiful. It has maps from all over, for every country around the world. Excuse me, I just moved my little tripod. And they are beautifully illustrated in what I call culture maps. So they have the whole continent here of Europe, and then it goes down into the different countries. So this is Iceland, and so it has obviously the shape of Iceland. And down here we have some traditional dress of Icelandians. We have the flag, what people look like. We have the capital city, we have the language, we have population and the area. And then on the map with these cute little illustrations, all things about the country. So there's animals that are found there, famous landmarks, food that is native to there, and all those kind of things. And so these are super, super cool. So every time we come across a new country in our readings from history or our geography, we'll jump on and find a culture map for that country, and then we can make our own as well. And so you can see here, this is Belgium, and again, all the little information down here. And then this one has, famous buildings that are there, famous people from those countries, what they like to do. They've got food up here. I can see waffles, activities that they like to do. So fun. So we love poring over these books. So there you have it. There is a look in the resources that we use to teach geography for my older kiddos here in the Lake House Homeschool. I will do another geography video on how to teach geography to little kids, so watch out for that. Thank you so much for watching my video today, and I will see you next time. Bye.